you so long?
Errands! You know how it is. So what's up?
We have questions to answer, and there are lots of them, and you have to do it fast. And
So let's get started.
okay, thank God we only have one beauty question, and it came from a guy. It says, if you want to buy brushes for your SO, what's a good safe brush in case you want to surprise her?
What's an SO?
Duh, significant other. You're such a tita. What's wrong with you?
Oh. Okay. Now I know. Funny about men. You don't need a brush to put on makeup. You need brushes. But basically, you need at least 5 brushes to really make up your whole face. I have some recommendations and I'll show them here. Ta-da! Okay, we start off with our base. Basically, we have our kabuki brush. It can be flat top, this one, or a round top. We have a stippling brush. That's really just for sheer makeup application. For your concealer, she can use her fingers, which I prefer because the heat of her fingers makes it melt and blend in perfectly. She can set with a big, fat, fluffy brush. And for her blushes, she can use something like this. This is a blush brush or a multitask brush. It's smaller than your fluffy brush, but it's basically the same shape. For her eyes, she would need a flat brush for packing the eyelid color. And then of course, the secret to eyes, blending, a blending brush. For detailing, you can also have a pencil brush. She can use it for under the eyes or over here to line. Some have angles, which is easier, but I can find mine. And of course, for concealing little tiny pimples, you have a detailer brush. It's the smallest brush in your collection. So I suggest that she goes for quality brushes. Your purchase would also depend on your budget, right? I mean, really, right?
Haha, budget. This is the time you reveal how much money you spend on those brushes. And your husband doesn't even know how much those things cost. And they're there in the bedroom, cluttering the table.
You can go for your MAC brushes, which costs around 1,500 to 3,500 per brush, or 4,000. They're extremely expensive brushes that go up to like 22,000, 10,000. These are the Japanese brushes. You can go for, okay, this is also a MAC brush. You can go for mid-end brushes. These colored ones, they're cute, they're durable, they're useful, and they're also sold in sets. So I suggest you buy her a set. This is from Real Techniques. You can buy it also at SM, Makati. And they have these in sets. They're very durable. I'm not scared to use them all the time and clean them all the time, and not scared to destroy them because it's not as painful. The sets come in at around 2,000 pesos, I think, or something like that. Or you can have something like Sigma, which ranges from, again, 1,000 bucks each to 2,000 bucks. But these are typically the brushes that she would need. And if you want to surprise her, I suggest you don't. Men seem to like surprises, right? I don't get it.
I don't get that either. I mean, I'd rather go inside store and then go shopping with him. And he'll feel like a high roller. What? What? I'm buying my girlfriend, buying my wife some stuff. Di ba cool? Since we're doing this in categories because we're organized this way, our next topic is nutrition. And two people asked about what your diet is, and secondly, how to have abs.
Abs and nutrition, they go hand in hand. Somebody asked about diet, somebody asked about abs, and I'm gonna answer them at the same time. Okay, how do you have abs? You diet. Basically, there's no such thing as an isolated workout. You can't just work out your abs and do your leg lifts and hope to God you wake up with abs. That does not happen. This area has visceral fat. You can look it up on Google. It's complicated to discuss now. But basically, all of your sugars and all the carbohydrates you eat end up in this area where your abs should be. So you should fix your diet. If there's anything I learned in the past 5 months, it's diet, it's exercise, and it's rest for you to recover and have those muscles. So for my diet, what do I eat? I eat a lot of protein now. I cut my sugars. So no more Coke. A lot of my friends know I love Coke. I survive on Coke. No rice. If I do eat rice, it will be limited. Try to limit your rice. You don't know how much rice you eat, honestly. How much rice did we used to eat before?
Oh my god, we used to eat like 3 cups of rice and only rice.
Yeah. Yep. That's how much rice I used to eat. You know, I really had to adjust, and that was the difficult part. Ta-da! Okay, the easiest way to try to ease your way into lowering your rice intake, because us Filipinos love our rice, is not to put them in bowls like this. Usually, it's on the table, everybody just gets their rice. While on the other hand, if you have something like this, I bought this in a Korean store, by the way. You can just put like half a cup, put it on your table, and you can get to monitor. How do you feel about this one?
I'm not very happy with that. It makes me feel sad.
What I do concentrate on is more vegetables to make up for the carbohydrates that I need so that I don't feel weak, right? There's nothing worse than a weak person trying to work out. You won't get the most out of your workout. So, eat a lot of vegetables. Eat a lot of your proteins. There's so many recipes out there. The macro counting is difficult for me, so I just eat healthy and with the right portions and try to manage my calorie intake.
You're just saying that so that your trainer won't get angry. That's all pretend.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretend. That's all I can say. As for abs, the best ab exercises, again, I think in my last video, I showed the ab roller, leg raises, reverse crunches or crunches are good. Basically, that's it. So try to manage your diet first before even thinking about abs. They will come out as long as you keep on exercising and as long as you will work out. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of self-control, but I believe in you. No, seriously, everyone can do it as long as you just keep on pushing.
Our third category is places and venues. So someone has asked, what are the best hole in the walls in BGC and Makati? What are romantic places they can go to? And lastly, what's a place in the Philippines that you've never been to but want to go to?
Okay, places. I'm not good at this, but I'll try, okay? Romantic places that I've seen and I've heard of would be if you're going on a date with wine, you can go to Dr. Wine here at Makati. It's at Backwell. That's one. I loved it there. They have an outdoor space. If you smoke, they have a rooftop place. It's nice. I really liked it there. A second place I can suggest is the rooftop of I Am Hotel here at Makati Avenue. So if you notice, it's basically all Makati areas that I'm talking about. I don't really go out within a 3-kilometer radius of where I live because the traffic is so bad. So I'm Hotel has a rooftop area. Try to check it out. It's really nice and pretty, and it's a nice place to have a date. A hole in the walls for me, also, I define it very differently. I like hole in the walls wherein it's cheap, it's simple, and it's, people don't really go to. For Makati, I love Pat's Kansi.
Oh my god. Pat's Kansi is the best.
That's true. It's the best. It's cheap. You can have a meal for two for 500 pesos. And not only is their kansi the best, and I love it. I love their liempo. The service is good. And it's just a little difficult to find parking, but that's always been a problem everywhere. For BGC, hole in the walls can be difficult if you look at it in that sort of category because it's such a private area. But something that I don't see a lot of people talking about, but I really love, it's Cocina Peruvia. It's a Peruvian restaurant. I love their food. It is, you might miss it if you don't really search for it. So it's at 1 Bonifacio Tech Tower beside Toast Box. Place that I haven't been to but I want to in the Philippines. Okay, I have to answer it this way. As a Filipino, I want to enjoy the beauty of our country, especially Batanes. I've never been to Batanes because A, it's expensive, B, the flights always get cancelled, C, sometimes you get stuck there, and it's kind of common. So that's a fear that I have. But I've seen pictures and it's beautiful.
Do they even have bars in Batanes? What will you do at night?
That's you, that's not me. Again, we don't drink. This is coffee chats. Speaking of which, I'll get my coffee.
For our fourth category, and the most ironic of all, somebody is asking for tips to have a successful marriage. Go ahead.
Okay, as everyone may know, this is my second marriage. I learned from the first one. And I really learned a lot about marriage with this one. Because I married my best friend. I think having a good, successful marriage is marrying someone you're comfortable with. You have no qualms sharing everything with them and just being open to them, no matter what it may be. Find somebody who's your best friend and talk about things. Talk and talk a lot. My husband and I send messages all throughout the day. I tell you, uh, anything and everything. Because he's the first person I will talk to and I will share with. And that's how it should be. Whether it be sad news or bad news or happy news or exciting news. And respect is a big thing as well. Respect your partner's privacy. Respect his being an individual. You don't have to be compatible in every way. You're not Siamese twins. You're individuals. You're independent but interdependent. So, have your own thing. Enjoy with your friends. Have your hobbies. My husband has wrestling. I have this crazy YouTube thing. He laughs and supports me. I go with him and watch the wrestling shows with him, and I enjoy it as well, and I understand the joy that he feels. And basically I go there and watch not because I'm a big wrestling fan, but because I watch him and I see the joy in his eyes, and that's enough for me. Love cannot describe how you should be and how you should feel towards your SO. I learned na. I know na what SO means.
Aw, I'm so proud. You're not a tita na. You know what it means. We'll move to the fifth category, and that's raising a teenager.
Well, maybe you should answer that because really you're the mom. Not me. I'm not nice mom. I'm strict mom. So that's you.
A lot of people think I'm actually a cool mom and allow my daughter to do anything she wants. In fact, it's a total opposite. I'm actually a very old school mommy. I'm strict in a lot of ways. I reprimand her when needed, but I'm not a calm mom, but I'm very logical about things. Why did you do it? What was your motivation? What did you expect will happen? And as a result of what you did, this is how I feel. And we process things that way. Because it's the only way for me to be able to talk to her without flaring up, without being the nagging, angry mother. And I don't want to be that. We don't want to be that to our daughter, right? She knows her limits. And I tell her what her limits are. I talk to her like an adult. Ever since she was small, I have never been the type who will coddle her. And she knows she has to work hard for something. And I think that's why she's also excelling very well in school. And I have nothing to do with that. That's all her. How did you work it out with your daughter when she started telling you about cute boys in school? That's easy. I told her, well, she comes from an all-girl Catholic school. I just told her, there are cute boys in the other schools, anak. And I don't mind. Crushes are okay. It's normal to have crushes. But what I did tell her was, remember, enjoy high school life. That's where you build your friendships. It's the time for you to enjoy your life and be able to build friendships in school, because these will be your friends for the rest of your lives. Just like my friends when I was her age, they're the ones who are there for me. They're my ride or die. So I give a lot of importance to building friendships. Having crushes, that's very, very normal. And so that's okay with me. I'd find it weird if she didn't have a crush. That would be strange. Though she says akads before lakads. I'm proud of her.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
You send in more questions for our next coffee chat.
And I hope you enjoyed our video.
You subscribe to our channel.
See you soon.